moment, my price prediction for XRP by the next bull run peak in 2025 is between $4.50 and $9. XRP's all-time high was around $3.35 back in 2018, and the all-time high market cap was $130 billion. So my lower estimate is a 2x target above the previous all-time high, which is $260 billion. Dividing this by the supply number of 57.4 billion, that gives a lower XRP prediction price of $4.5. For my optimistic target, I can compare it to the largest financial companies in the world, which right now is Visa, valued at $500 billion. A $500 billion market cap could maybe be achieved in the best case scenario.
It started with whispers, a mysterious shift in the crypto markets. But when over 700 million XRP quietly disappeared from exchanges, the truth was undeniable. Something massive was brewing. But why now? Why are some of the wealthiest players on the planet hoarding XRP? Is this the calm before the explosion, or the first crack in the dam? Stick with us, and you'll discover the hidden moves Ripple is making, the whispers from high-level insiders, and why XRP could shatter expectations in 2025.
But it was fascinating because Ripple had implemented every single one of those features that we had, postulated for Bitcoin, plus a whole bunch more we hadn't even thought of. And so I got super fascinated. And the thing I was fascinated about was Ripple, which is what we now call XRP Ledger. We used to just call Ripple then, could deal with dollars, regular fiat currency, in addition to XRP. And I think dollars actually make a pretty good money, right? It's for all those things you use money for. Money I can pay you right this second, but money you also calculate in for your mortgage, right? If you bought a house and you have a 30-year mortgage, you're going to want to agree to those payments denominated in Bitcoin?
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
No, that would be bad, right? One day your payment is $200,000.
It started innocently enough, small fluctuations in exchange reserves. But analysts at CryptoQuant noticed something unusual. XRP's reserves on Binance and Upbit plummeted by over 500 million XRP in just 2 weeks. Where did it all go? Santiment's data provided the missing link. Whales, these deep-pocketed investors, had scooped up 700 million XRP, moving them into private wallets. Their confidence in XRP's future was clear. But what did they know that the public didn't?
The Ripple whales are betting big on XRP in the futures market as it hits 2.5 billion OI. That is open interest. All of this coming after Gary Gensler stepping down in January. That news broke. XRP started to run like crazy. And we have seen some explosive activity and growth from XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, and some other top plays.
The whispers began soon after. Ripple Labs insiders reportedly hinted at a major announcement that could redefine XRP's role in the global financial ecosystem. Could the whales be positioning themselves ahead of what one source cryptically called the tipping point? Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, another piece of the puzzle was falling into place. Bitwise, a major asset manager, rebranded its European XRP ETP to the Bitwise Physical XRP ETP.
We've already got ETFs for Bitcoin. We've already got ETFs for Ethereum. It makes sense that regulators would approve other large coins as well, right?
No, we don't know that, especially because this is the 7th largest coin. There's a Solana filing, and then it was pulled out, and we have Bloomberg Intelligence, James Seyfarth, saying it was dead on arrival because the SEC is still really kind of against this. They're kind of skeptical, and actually this filing comes against the backdrop of 2 things. Number one, it comes after a judge ordered Ripple to pay $125 million after improperly selling their tokens as a fraction of the $2 billion SEC wanted. And number 2, it comes against the US presidential elections just a month away. And we know that the Republicans are viewed as more friendly towards crypto. So we also have people saying issuers will follow suit if the Republican president becomes the president.
The timing couldn't be more suspicious. Just as whispers of an XRP ETF approval in the US for 2025 gained traction, Bitwise made a bold move, solidifying Ripple's involvement as an investor in the fund. Was this a calculated signal to Wall Street? Or was Bitwise simply anticipating the floodgates opening for institutional investors in America? Let's talk numbers. XRP has rallied 180% since Donald Trump's election win. But for traders, all eyes are on a crucial ascending channel on XRP's price chart.
You know, from a big picture, Elon Musk is a big crypto guy. Donald Trump probably helped win the election by embracing crypto because there's a huge crypto community out there. And believe it or not, cryptocurrencies, or at least the technology behind it, is the future. And you can't stop the future. Blockchain technology is changing the world, and almost every business, even if you don't believe in Bitcoin, understands the technology behind it is part of the future. It's going to be part of artificial intelligence. It's going to be a part of data centers. So it's something that we can't ignore, and that's why I'm glad the president is embracing it as opposed to downplaying it.
Breaking above the upper boundary of this channel could push XRP to $2.58, a level unseen for over 3 years. But there's a twist. A slip below the lower boundary risks a catastrophic drop to 93 cents, a staggering 30% decline. For now, the relative strength index leans bullish, signaling momentum in XRP's favor. But seasoned investors know that in crypto, volatility is always lurking.
My price prediction for XRP by the next bull run peak in 2025 is between $4.50 and $9. XRP's all-time high was around $3.35 back in 2018, and the all-time high market cap was $130 billion. So my lower estimate is a 2x target above the previous all-time high, which is $260 billion. Dividing this by the supply number of 57.4 billion, that gives a lower XRP prediction price of $4.5. For my optimistic target, I can compare it to the largest financial companies in the world, which right now is Visa, valued at $500 billion. A $500 billion market cap could maybe be achieved in the best case scenario, where the network becomes the most valuable payment network in the world. With a market cap of $500 billion, same as Visa, that gives XRP a upper price target of around $9 per coin.
Let's not forget the elephant in the room, the XRP ETF speculation. ETFs have historically been rocket fuel for cryptocurrencies, offering traditional investors a low-risk entry point. Just look at Bitcoin. After its first ETF approval in 2021, the price surged to all-time highs. Ripple is now poised to replicate that success, with experts predicting billions in institutional inflows if an XRP ETF gets the green light.
I would say that in the space, we launched the first pure play sort of cryptocurrency company ETF called DAF in April of this year. So I just wanted to make sure that people know that we do have a product in the market. But as far as regulatory approval, I do think as well, the SEC wants to have some visibility into the underlying Bitcoin markets. And I think they've got that a little bit when they asked Coinbase or told Coinbase not to list a product that gave interest on crypto holdings, and Coinbase backed off. So they clearly have some control over players in the underlying Bitcoin market. So maybe that increases the chances from zero, but I have no idea what they are.
The rebranding of the European XRP ETP is just the beginning. Behind closed doors, lobbying efforts are intensifying, and rumors suggest that Ripple has secured key allies in Washington. But will the approval come in time to capitalize on XRP's current momentum? Or will regulatory delays cool the rally before it truly begins? Even as XRP soars, there's an undercurrent of tension. Investors have already realized over $1.5 billion in profits from XRP's rally. If this profit-taking accelerates, it could trigger downward pressure, derailing the current momentum.
Yes, we want them to have a role. And as you know well, one of the biggest problems the crypto industry has had isn't the idea there's too much regulation. It's just the regulation's not even clear. We're trying to apply laws from literally 1946, a famous Supreme Court case called the Howey test. We're trying to apply that to a digital asset industry that's been developed in the last 10, 15, 20 years. And so it just doesn't fit. And I think as we bring this new, really the Trump cabinet to bear, getting those clear rules, which we've been asking for under the Biden administration for years, I think we're finally going to get that clarity, which will help the U.S. lead again. And I think Trump talks about making America great again. I think he's going to make crypto great again in the United States.
No, he certainly talks about it a lot and wants more in terms of the U.S. role in that. Trump reportedly meeting privately with the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, on Monday to discuss key appointments for the second Trump administration. So Fox Business's Edward Lawrence spoke to Coinbase chief policy officer about that meeting. Watch this.
We're gratified by the degree that the Trump team has had an open door with us and given us an opportunity to talk about our vision about crypto and to see them ultimately adopt much of that. We're very excited to do our part to fulfill the president's vision of making the U.S. a crypto and digital asset leader of the world.
Yet for every seller cashing out, there's a buyer driven by FOMO, fear of missing out. As the buzz around XRP grows louder, new retail investors are flooding in, hoping to ride the wave to the elusive $2.58 mark and beyond. This delicate balance between greed and fear will define XRP's trajectory in the coming weeks. Let's jump right into what everyone wants to know: David Schwartz's price prediction for XRP. As Ripple's chief technology officer, Schwartz is uniquely positioned to offer credible insights into XRP's potential. His analysis is not just speculation. It's rooted in real-world use cases, adoption metrics, and Ripple's technological roadmap. Some time ago, Schwartz directly addressed the XRP community with an intriguing response about the token's price trajectory. His perspective boiled down to one key idea: XRP's future depends entirely on the scale of adoption and how big the dreamers are willing to dream.
We designed the XRP ledger roughly June of 2012, and because it doesn't have proof of work, there's no way that it can allocate currency. So it has 100 billion XRP. Initially, it just sort of sits in the Genesis account. And we built what we thought would become a new approach to global financial transactions. In about September of 2012, Jed McCaleb, myself, Chris Larson, Arthur Brito, a couple of other people, Stephen Thomas, created Ripple, the company, to develop software to support the new financial infrastructure, to distribute XRP, and to use XRP as a bridge currency, like in payments. It wasn't that long before we figured out that like institutional adoption kind of wouldn't happen by itself. We're also a key contributor to the XRP ledger, bringing features like real-world asset tokenization, DeFi, new features like the automated market maker.
Schwartz outlined various scenarios, each tied to specific market dynamics. In one scenario, he considered XRP reaching Bitcoin's market capitalization at the time. Back then, this calculation would have put XRP at around $2 per coin. Fast forward to today, and the cryptocurrency market has evolved significantly, with Bitcoin's valuation skyrocketing even further. If XRP were to mirror Bitcoin's current market cap, its price could soar well beyond $10 per coin. But Schwartz didn't stop there. He explored an even more ambitious possibility: XRP becoming the backbone of global cross-border payments. This trillion-dollar market is currently plagued by high fees, slow transaction speeds, and outdated systems. Schwartz estimated that if XRP could dominate this space, its value could rise to $120 per coin. What's more, with today's exponential growth in the crypto space, this projection could now realistically push toward $250 per coin.
Now, you couldn't expect people to, for example, mine Bitcoin for free, right? Like if I said, let's just not pay people for proof of work, people will just do proof of work because they want Bitcoin to work. That would never work, because proof of work is, by definition, the whole concept is that it's expensive to provide. The proof of association is not expensive to provide. It's very cheap. And because it's not a competitive process, it's a very simple cooperative process. People just basically put transactions in order essentially by sorting them. Computers are very good at it. They can do it very quickly. Now, there's advantages and disadvantages of the XRP ledger's sort of proof of association approach. One advantage is that it's fast and cheap. XRP ledger transactions can clear in a few seconds. They cost a tiny fraction of a second. There has never been a significant change in ledger capacity, or there's never been a spike in fees, because nobody benefits from that. Everybody just wants the transactions to clear as quickly as possible.
The real takeaway here is that the technology underlying XRP, combined with Ripple's aggressive pursuit of partnerships and its ever-expanding ecosystem, has turned what once seemed like an overly ambitious dream into a tangible possibility. Schwartz's emphasis on dreaming big perfectly aligns with Ripple's mission to reshape global finance by leveraging blockchain technology for faster, more efficient, and more inclusive payment systems. Speaking of reshaping finance, Ripple has been making headlines with its groundbreaking USD stablecoin project. This initiative is poised to transform how we view stablecoins and their integration into the broader financial ecosystem. Ripple's USD stablecoin is currently in its beta testing phase, and the team is preparing for its eventual launch on both the XRP ledger and the Ethereum network. The decision to integrate the stablecoin across multiple ecosystems is a game changer, ensuring it isn't confined to just one platform. This cross-network functionality could potentially make Ripple's stablecoin a major player in the $2.8 trillion stablecoin market projected by 2028.
Stable coins or real-life stable fiat will always be what we use to price goods and services because they're just much better for that. I can look at this thing and say, this is worth $5 and this is worth $10. And I can really see that the thing that they're charging $10 isn't worth it to me compared to the $5 one. And I can see that, next week, if I go to the grocery store and the prices are up 20%, that's a bad thing, right? Something's gone out of whack. People are really good at judging that. When the cryptocurrency prices are all over the place and they're running up and down and the numbers are changing, basically everything you buy in Bitcoin has to be priced in fiat. And
Right.
I want this much fiat equivalent of Bitcoin. And you go, okay, well, that's not money. That's a commodity.
Stablecoins have become indispensable in the crypto world, bridging the gap between volatile digital assets and the stability of fiat currencies. Ripple's entry into this space couldn't come at a better time. The XRP ledger's unparalleled speed, security, and minimal transaction costs make it an attractive alternative to Ethereum, where gas fees can range anywhere from $5 to $50 per transaction. Ripple's stablecoin offers a more efficient and cost-effective solution. But the real impact of this project lies in its potential to empower individuals in countries with unstable currencies. For millions living in inflation-ridden economies, the ability to transfer wealth into a USD-backed stablecoin securely and affordably isn't just convenient, it's life-changing. Ripple has also been making major strides in its global partnerships, particularly in Asia. Recently, the company announced significant expansions in South Korea and Japan, both key markets for blockchain innovation. CEO Brad Garlinghouse also revealed plans to roll out smart contract functionality on the XRP ledger by 2025, an enhancement that could attract developers and encourage a broader range of use cases. Ripple's collaboration with Futureverse, a company specializing in AI and metaverse technologies, is another example of its forward-thinking approach. By leveraging the XRP ledger for NFT projects and other blockchain applications, Ripple is positioning itself at the forefront of emerging technologies.
I think this momentum is really driven from what's happening on a political basis. And the United States remains the largest economy in the world, and it has been kind of backwards as its approach to cryptocurrencies. Countries like the UK are way ahead, Japan, Singapore, Switzerland. I mean, we are really behind the rest of the world.
And Ripple has offices in many of those cities.
We do. We have 14 offices around the world. And so for me, I think what's really driving the momentum right now is seeing that, you even said this earlier, the voice of crypto, the voice of Ripple, and is really gone up in the conversation in the United States. I think you're seeing shifts.
Ripple's commitment to education is another factor bolstering its ecosystem. The addition of South Korea's Yonsei University as the 58th global partner in its University Blockchain Research Initiative highlights the company's focus on cultivating the next generation of blockchain developers and entrepreneurs. By investing in education, Ripple is ensuring that talent continues to flow into the XRP ledger ecosystem, further solidifying its place in the blockchain landscape. Zooming out, it's impossible to ignore the broader market conditions affecting cryptocurrencies, including XRP. Recently, over $1 trillion was wiped from the US stock market in just a few days, sending shockwaves through both traditional and digital asset markets. Tech giants like Nvidia and Apple experienced significant losses, with Nvidia dropping 10% and Apple shedding around 3%. This sell-off dragged Bitcoin and XRP down as well, underscoring the close correlation between tech stocks and crypto.
Correct. So XRP is a digital asset, not that dissimilar than Bitcoin or ETH. There's different characteristics of each asset. Bitcoin has really become digital gold and has thrived because of that. ETH, there's a lot of excitement around the smart contracts capabilities. XRP is extremely fast on a per transaction basis and extremely inexpensive. People talk about gas fees and transaction costs of some other tokens. Ripple uses XRP as part of our technical stack to do cross-border payment flows.
And you charge whoever is moving the money,
Correct.
What, 0.00001 of XRP, which stands around 51 cents or something right now. But here's my question. Right now, the main competitor in that space is SWIFT. That, of course, is the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Transactions. That's the global one that a lot of people use. They charge much more, do they not?
Yeah, they really are the dominant. I mean, SWIFT has been around for, 50, 60 years. And the frustrating part for all of us as users of SWIFT is that it really hasn't changed in 50 or 60 years.
Interestingly, Warren Buffett appears to have anticipated this market downturn. Just days before the crash, he sold off a significant portion of his tech stock holdings. The timing was uncanny, especially given the Department of Justice's subsequent subpoena of NVIDIA, one of the hardest hit companies. Whether this was a case of prescient analysis or insider knowledge remains unclear, but it's a stark reminder of how quickly market dynamics can shift. Adding to the uncertainty, the FBI recently issued a warning about North Korea's attempts to hack US-based cryptocurrency assets. While it's unclear whether this is a preemptive alert or something more immediate, it adds another layer of risk for investors. On the technical side, XRP's stochastic RSI on the weekly chart indicates that the token is currently overbought. This suggests a potential price correction in the near term. However, for long-term investors, this could represent a prime opportunity to dollar cost average and accumulate XRP at relatively low prices. At its current range of 54 to 56 cents, many view XRP as undervalued, particularly given its long-term growth potential.
Unassuming and easygoing, it's hard to believe how Chris Ems has managed to wedge himself into so much trouble. He's stuck in a no man's land, caught in the middle of a dangerous and frightening power play between enemies, North Korea and the United States. It started innocently enough when he was invited to the Rogue Nation for a cryptocurrency conference. A bit of a geek, Chris thought it'd be fun, but the US got wind of his visit and decided there was evil in the adventure. He's now wanted by the FBI, accused of involvement in circumventing international sanctions, and is facing lengthy jail time.
So how should investors navigate these turbulent markets? For those interested in leverage trading, Bitcoin might be a safer bet in the short term, as its weekly and daily charts show strong indicators of stability. XRP, on the other hand, may require a more cautious approach due to its potential for short-term volatility. However, for those focused on long-term growth, XRP's current price levels remain attractive. Ripple's expanding use cases, its innovative USD stablecoin, and its ongoing push into global markets are all factors that could drive substantial demand for XRP in the future. In summary, XRP finds itself at a pivotal moment. Its robust underlying technology, coupled with Ripple's relentless drive to innovate and expand, makes it one of the most promising assets in the crypto space. While short-term volatility is inevitable, those who remain informed and patient are well-positioned to benefit from XRP's long-term potential. Whether it's Schwartz's dream big price predictions, the rollout of Ripple's USD stablecoin, or the company's expanding partnerships, the future looks incredibly bright for XRP. So what do you think? Are you excited about XRP's potential? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.